The question was, can you talk about the review of the Wharton undergraduate program that is currently underway? You know, it's the #1 program in the world. That's not bad. But as I said before, never rest on your laurels. There are a lot of things that I think we can improve in the undergraduate program. Let me suggest a few possibilities. The first one is back to one of Bobby's favorite topics, which is career paths. You know, if you look at our MBAs today, about 1/3 of the MBAs goes into tech, broadly understood, and about 1/3 into finance. That's a number that I don't think many people would expect from the quote-unquote the finance school. If you go to the undergraduate level, the undergraduate career paths are much narrower. A lot of banking and a lot of consulting, you know, which are wonderful things. It's great that Wharton's the #1 employer at McKinsey, and there are wonderful people at McKinsey and at Goldman and all the other big financial firms. But I would have thought that younger people would be more entrepreneurial than 30-year-olds, the median age for MBA graduates, but that's not the case. So why might it not be the case? It might not be the case because our undergraduates are more risk averse. They need to pay back their college loans, they need to please their parents. But part of the problem is probably ours. We don't open up their fields of vision as much as we do for the MBAs. And we probably have too many restrictions in the curriculum. You've got to do 5 of these classes. So we're thinking about ways to loosen up the curriculum without making it sort of Brown-like roll your own major. I think that's the technical way they describe their education. I love Brown, by the way. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. Individualized major. Roll your owns from a different era, I think. So we want to loosen things up a little bit, but have a lot of pathways. I'm encouraging people to think about how we do the liberal arts component too, which is about 40% of a typical Wharton undergraduate student's curriculum. I'm not sure taking 5 intro classes in different disciplines is the best way to do that. Maybe it'd be a good idea to give some students an opportunity to invest, you know, a lot in constitutional history if that's your passion. But I also think that we need to slot in, you know, there's been incredible development in the last 20 years in the leadership program at Wharton, in particular under Mike Useem's leadership. And, you know, I don't think you do leadership training the same way for 18-year-olds as you would for 28-year-olds, but I think there are a lot of lessons from our MBA experience that we can slot into the undergraduate program. So we're thinking about that. And in terms of opening fields of vision, I'd love to figure out a way to allow undergraduates, as our MBAs now can spend a semester in San Francisco. That'd be a real opportunity. But for the parents in the room, I'm sure you'd want us to have a little more of a residential experience around a semester in San Francisco than we do for the MBAs. So for the MBAs, it's pretty easy. You say, you know, show up to class and find somewhere to live and live your own life. I don't think many parents would like it if we did that for your 18 and 19-year-olds. So there are some additional challenges to semester in San Francisco. But, you know, I think the undergraduate curriculum reform is a fantastic opportunity for us to, we already define the best in business education, to redefine the best. And, you know, the things like leadership are so important because many of our undergraduate graduates don't go on to do MBAs. The last degree they do is a Wharton undergraduate degree. And so I'd like those people, we know that those people when they leave college can do the job, they technically nail it. I also want all employers like Bobby and lots of people in the room to know that when you hire a Wharton undergraduate, on day 1 they can do the job, but in 5 years' time they could be the job. They can re-envision the job, they can be leaders.
Well, they can do my job.
That's what you want, don't
Yes.
you? Yeah, absolutely.
So I am
we all want that. We all want to become redundant by hiring people who make our jobs so much easier.
I am a Wharton undergrad. I never went back to school. And I would say 40% of the 30 people that we have working for us are University of Pennsylvania and Wharton undergrads because they are plug and play.
What a good man you are.